Bismillah, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Today we're going to talk about a very specific problem for those who are using the simulation in Siemens TiaPortal. This problem occurs as it shows in front of y'all. Whenever I want to import a tag into the TiaPortal simulation, it gives me this message in red box. It says that the tag name was not loaded to the S7 PLC sim. Ensure that the accessible from HMI checkbox for the tag is enabled. So when I go to the to the tag name here and try to make sure that is already checked as it sees as it shows in front of you, then all the checkboxes is already checked or tagged. But it seems that this has nothing to do with this problem with this message appears here. So after running around and trying to Google it, unfortunately the forum in the Siemens, it actually addresses this issue, but it gives me it didn't give me any answer. Okay, so after a little while I tried to find out the solution, and I already been able to do so. Okay, so what is the solution? The solution is simply to make a new project, to make a new simulation project from here, and it automatically try to find the PLC that is already that's you're working with, which is this. After compiling, everything is going to work properly without any errors. So let's try this together. Whenever I try to make a new project name, let it be as it is. I don't want to save the current project, so it tries to close the current project and reopen another one. And as you can see, whenever I try to work with this new added project, it wouldn't give me the same result that I showed you in the last project, but it did. Oh, it didn't give me the same result. It gives me errors. That is because that has nothing to do with the project that is opened in the TiaPortal project. So the workaround of this problem is to try to make a new project. Okay, whenever you encounter this problem, you have to create a new project, close this project, and try to create a new one. And we need to load the current project in here. So that didn't help. What I did, it didn't just help. So what you are supposed to do right now is to close the simulation and try to open it again. After it is opened, you will search for the interface. It gives you the simulation. Load, then load. The action will be started the module. Finish. After this is done, click on this small little icon on the upper right corner, switch the project view, and that inshallah will help you get around the problem. Create new project from here, let the name as it is and everything in the configuration. Once it is created, that'll compile the already opened the project into this simulation project, and once it's done, as it's shown right here, scanning interface PLC, that'll connect to the PLC that is opened here. And when the compilation configuration is done, now the link is okay. Now when you want to add the tags in here, right into here, open the sim table and grab all the tags from the project, and that'll be okay right here. As you can see, there is no error whatsoever. Every single tag in the open the project is already right there. So I guess that helped that helped the problem at hand. And let's try to simulate a little part of the project that I'm working on, which is indirect addressing. The project that I'm already working on is to try to to pass an info from the analog input information status, which is right here, and I want to the minimum is 0, the maximum is 27,480 and 648. So whenever I want to change this value from 0 to 27, let's go to the data block right here. So this is a data block. This is supposed to be a data block. Let's check yours. Okay, so this is the function that I created. The byte offset is 600, and the data block into which I restore the data from this analog inputs, which is coming from the pack 3200, is going to be passed into this data block. So let's go to the definition and open the simulation, open that up, and try to find whether it'll succeed or not. So what if I try to how could I possibly do so? Okay, so what if I try to change it a little? Oh, it reflects, as you can see, that the information status in the data block, it gets its value from this analog input that I'm changing right here. And likewise, it is all these tags, all these tags from the data block pack 3200 is getting its data from this analog inputs right here, because of this indirect addressing that I've created, which is being called in the main function, in the main program block. And let's try another tag, which is the volt AB, for example. Volt AB is getting its value from volt AB analog input. So if I try to so this is actually an integer, it's a double integer, but it's a decimal. This is just a display format, it's not a data type. Decimal. Okay, so it gets its value at the range of 0 to 27,648. Okay, if I try to change this, watch what would happen to this value. It gets modified exactly as it's supposed to be. What if I try to display it as a decimal? This value is supposed to be the same as this value. What if I try to make it as a plus or minus about hexa? What about floating point 27648.0? Okay. Oh, that's exactly what is happening right here. So because of the conflict in the data type between this value and the value that I'm changing, it wouldn't be able to show exactly the same number that was being changed right here. So that was the you can say that was the confirmation that the solution has been done really exactly as it's supposed to be. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.